Let's move on the topic of what is JavaScript. JavaScript is a programming language that is used to create client-side web application. Now, what is client-side application? That we will discuss further in the next slide. It is developed by Brandon H, a US-based website developer which works in a company Netscape Communications. So next move to the next slide. What is client side versus server side programming language? Client side. A client side is a language where database interaction is not required and it typically runs on a web browser. Now what is web browser? Web browser is any of the browser like Google Chrome, Firefox, uh, like these are the browsers where we can run our JavaScript code directly. In this programming language there is no need for the interaction of database, so it is difference it differentiates from the server side because in server side language a database interaction is typically required and a server is needed to run a server side programming language. Few examples of server-side programming side language is like PHP, Python, .NET, and Java, etc. Now don't confuse between Java and JavaScript. These both two languages are totally different languages. Further, we will discuss about what is difference between JavaScript and Java. JavaScript is basically a client-side language which typically runs on a browser like Firefox, Google Chrome, etc. and it is developed by Brandon H. Java is basically a server-side programming language. It is created by James Koslin, and to run Java programming language it will require a server like Tomcat. Now let's move to the example of JavaScript. This is the basic typical syntaxes. This is basically simple program to add two numbers. We will use some of its syntaxes like variable declaration and a function like console.log. These are the variables like where whenever we want to declare any variable in JavaScript, we will use where, and which is equal to a value that is 4. We declare another variable that is b, which is corresponding to a value of 7. Now we want to add these two numbers, then we will add a plus b and the result would be 11. So this is the basic example of JavaScript. It, in our further videos, in our further sections, uh, I will teach you about whole big picture of programming language of JavaScript and will teach you complete tutorial of the JavaScript. Now we run this example in our browser, or we can say that in our Google Chrome. Now right click on our this. Now we will move to the next, we will open this in next tab and we will move to the inspect element uh, and we'll move to the console. So this is basically the JavaScript console where we can run our programs of JavaScript. I will teach you everything about this tab, that is basically the inspect tab of any web browser. It comes with various browsers like Firefox, Google Chrome, and in any modern web browser you may see this typical tab. Now we will run our basic JavaScript program to add two numbers in our console. Let's copy out these three lines over there and paste it in our console like this. Now if you put enter, you will see an error, uncode syntax error. So basically the it may have like we will we will need to write small where. I just copy it out from this, and so it may have some syntax error. Now it I think it will run without any error, and we will see the result 11 out there. So this is the basic program that I have run on console. I show you how to run this program on console. You can run JavaScript from directly from any browser. No need for a typical setup, no need for any further tools. You can directly run any JavaScript code uh, just directly from your browser. So this is all about JavaScript. Hope you learn some basics of JavaScript. In our further tutorial or in our further series, I will teach you the complete tutorial of JavaScript. Stay tuned to our channel, and if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe to our channel, and you will get to know more about website development. Thank you so much.